Yeah, please.
Dr. Musa, hi, I'm Margaret Coker from the Wall Street Journal. You said quite clearly a little while ago that there was no evidence of aircraft firing on civilians or massacres of civilians. Can you please comment on the multiple allegations that we've all heard that doctors at hospitals have been harassed and threatened for treating injured people, that people's bodies, corpses in hospitals have been taken away and their families have not been able to prepare them for a funeral? Can you also comment on the fact that injured people have been taken away, both from hospitals and the streets, and their families do not know where they've gone? You asked where were the bodies, and the allegations are that security forces have taken those bodies away.
If you were a Libyan or even an Arab, you would understand that this is impossible. Basically, you are living in a very tribal society. Every person in Libya is a part of either a big family or a big tribe. You cannot just hide bodies. You will have, maybe in Europe, you'll have 1 or 2 people asking after you. In Libya, you'll have hundreds. I have 20 brothers and sisters. I have 80 immediate cousins. It's true, by the way. I'm one of 21. I have 80 immediate cousins. I have hundreds of second-degree cousins. In Libya, you can't just disappear like that. You can't just take your body away like that. If you have to imagine the situation from the Libyan point of view, from the Libyan society. We cannot, we are not that efficient, believe me. We are not that good. This is another factor. We are not that good. And if this happened, you will find people in the streets with their tribes. The government, even if it was an evil government, would not attempt to anger the tribes and the big families. We need our people to be with our sides, and we haven't. We haven't killed the civilians in these numbers. Again, there have been hundreds of people who have been killed. We agree to this. We said this from the beginning. But almost half of these people were security officers and police officers and army officers. The other half, or more than the half, according, I think, to our latest figures, the percentage is kind of 60-40, close to that. I've asked for an update, by the way, for last night. And they were killed individually, not a mass killing, like in armed fighting in the streets, or while the civilians, the so-called civilians, attacked police stations. Yes?
Could we have access to interview some of the security forces who were involved in the incident on Friday in Souk al-Juma?
I'm working, yes.
To some of the family members of police officers and
Absolutely.
officers who have been killed?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I myself, I have cousins. I'm one of them. You could meet me. I have 2 cousins who were killed while they were sitting in their army barricade and attacked and killed. And many other people have this,
When did that happen? Sorry. When were your cousins killed? Which day? Which district?
That was the 20th of February.
And their barracks were where exactly?
They were near Al-Bayda, in the east of the country. So, and this, you find the same story with many Libyan families. You're right, you need to meet these people, and we're going to arrange it for you. Yes.
Yes, Jacques for France 2, the magazine Envoyé Spécial. You speak about Al-Qaeda terrorism, but in Zawiya yesterday I met young people speaking about freedom and democracy. My question is about internet. What do you have to say about Facebook links, YouTube links, and Twitter links? Every of these sites are cut. Why? Can you explain me that?
Could you say it again, please?
I want to have your impression about Facebook links, YouTube links, Twitter links. Why these sites are cut here in the country?
Okay. As a media person myself, I've always opposed not giving people access to information, especially the internet and newspapers and whatever. This was an exceptional measure. In Libya, you can receive hundreds of satellite channels, and you have the internet, and you can have newspapers and everything. The government decided for this hard time that Facebook and Twitter had a bad influence on the youth of the country. I myself think that freedom of access to information should be allowed, and should be people should, especially young people, should be allowed to access every single site on the internet. So I think this is just a measure, an exceptional one, and I myself do not agree with it. And there are discussions, by the way, There are discussions about whether this is right or wrong, and I think people are leaning towards that this is not the right way forward. Yes, please. لا, could you take the mic, please? The mic. لا, because حتى الكاميرات تصورك يا أخي.
Turkish Radio and Television. United Nations explained maybe 1,000 people will be refugees in Libya because 12,000 people waiting to Tunisia and Libya border. What do you think about this situation? And second question, Hillary Clinton explained United States support the Libyan protesters and help.
I'm not sure I understand your question. Are you talking about refugees on the Libyan-Tunisian border?
Yeah.
Like
12,000 people waiting to
these, we had actually, I myself sent our cameras to the border, and with the cameras there, most people there on the border are foreign, well, almost all of them are foreign workers trying to get out of the country. This is their decision, of course, we respect that, but the Libyan movement out and inside the country is a normal movement. We did not record any higher numbers going outside Libya from Libyans, but foreign workers, of course, and you know, they are being let out. No one is being held inside.
Yes, foreign workers.
Yeah, foreign workers. Yeah, yeah, and because you know, their numbers are quite big. Well, you know, the border guards are dealing with them one by one and letting them out. You know, what's the problem with that? And as for the American position and whether they support what they call the revolution in Libya, we've never taken the United States of America as a moral guide to us whatsoever.
This is news agency. I think we all really want to know what the government plans are with regard to the fact that the number and the ring of opposition-controlled cities seems to be closing in on the capital. If you take, for example, Zawiya, are there any plans by the government to try to retake it?
This is another proof on how the government have dealt as peacefully as possible with the protesters. The people in Zawiya are, for the government, for the power of the state, a very small minority with pathetic guns for what the army has. And you all saw how the army is surrounding the city with power. If the government was bloody, if the state was bloody, they would have, you know, wiped out everyone and killed everyone and got a Zawiya, the center of a Zawiya back. Because we have a Zawiya, by the way. What you saw is the center of a Zawiya, which we allowed. We let these people with the guns to be there, and you went and saw them. So Zawiya hasn't fallen, as some reporters said. The government proved to you yesterday, guys. I really need you to get this. The government proved to you, because Zawiya is a very important city. It's only half an hour from Tripoli, and yet you have a group of people with guns and machines in the center of a Zawiya city, and the government could easily kill them and wipe them out, and hasn't done so because the government has not been bloody. The blood that has been shed was a result of the violence committed by the protesters and the government forces not being trained to face such a domestic disturbance.
Yeah. Duilio Gianmaria from Italian television. So you're showing like a positive face, peaceful towards those people in Zawiya. But nevertheless, we heard that there was a peaceful demonstration in Tripoli, which was not very happy-handing. I'm thinking about Tajura. So, what can you say something specifically about that accident, and also what will be the approach of the government in case of a peaceful demonstration in Tripoli?
I would love to see a peaceful